Alright, how's everybody doing? This is Luke the Duke, and we are once again checking out a couple very cool ships that are available on the workshop. Now, when I say ship, what I really mean is Rover, and this is a very gosh darn impressive one. So, the name of this brilliant piece of machinery is the Tyrant type super tank. So, as you guys can imagine, this is quite a super tank, and a very, very beautiful one at that. So I especially like this sort of triangular little protected cockpit area, and a very nice decision by the mod creator by the name of YINKY is he actually put like sort of identical cockpit rooms on each side of the vessel, which is greatly appreciated of a vessel of this size, because you'd sort of run into the problem of, you know, not being able to turn around in the quickest manner as you'd like, so you might want to just switch your control over from one cockpit area to the other, which would take two captains in order to do that, or just one really squirrely, really fast captain that could run back and forth. So yeah, just a brilliant design. So as you can see here, we have these really cool use. I mean, this is a completely vanilla ship. So we have like these sort of giant battery turret type things, which are just rocket launchers, but the way he made them look is very impressive. So nice little blue tint to them, along with sort of a blast door block design. It also has rotors down here. I'm in a ship, so I can't get that incredibly close, but it has rotors on each side, so you can pivot it up and down. You cannot pivot it to the left or the right, because obviously you would hit a couple missile turrets on each side. So yes, just sprinkled across here is very beautifully designed rocket launchers. You can see just an incredible amount of detail. So we have just brilliant use of blast door blocks, combination with a really nice color design and a lot of slope blocks, and some tires as well. So very nice here. On the top, you can see a couple landing ports. So this thing is a cargo behemoth. Like, this thing is ready to transport a dozen bases across any planet you might be on. So we have connectors sprinkled all across it. Most predominantly the ones on the top here, with sort of a landing base. You could access it with small ships quite easily, along with a little bit of red. So, you know, nighttime on some of the planets can get pretty damn dark, especially the moon. So it'd be nice to have. I don't know if you should take this on the moon though. Yeah, this is sort of a land Titanic, if you will. So instead of icebergs, you got to watch out for very sudden inclines and maybe a rock or two. A lot of wheels. So on the bottom here, you can see just an incredible amount of the biggest wheel you can choose. So, I mean, gosh darn it, if this isn't a Ford F-150 commercial in like 50 years, I don't know what's going on with our society. So we got just both sides just decked out with weapons. Just a brilliant design. Very compact hydro thrusters in here. So it has, I think it is a singular propulsion system. Well, actually it's two if you want to count the tires here propelling you forward, which it doesn't do it quite much. So you're definitely going to want to activate the hydro thrusters. So let's look at the inside of this thing. Oh. As I said, I am in a ship, so I do not want to damage such a beautiful looking ship. Such a beautiful looking rover. So I always have problems finding the entrances to these ships. Let's find it here. I will find it, my friends. So yeah, this thing is just a behemoth. I mean, you can just really see how large this thing is when you're sort of in these little like compact corners where you're just completely surrounded by the rest of the sort of the outline of the ship. Just a brilliant amount of room on here. Some of these turret bays as well, like some of them, they don't rotate on the bottom, but as you can see, this one has a little bit of room right there. So I would imagine if there is a rotor underneath there, yes, so these things can rotate. That is so awesome. So yeah, some of them I wouldn't suggest rotating. Like this one, you could rotate this to the left quite easily and be able to sort of aim around. Rotating it to the right, might want to advise against that. You might end up damaging yourself a little bit. A completely vanilla design. As you can see here, we have a lot of blue on the interior of this place, just like the outside of it. We have a front room right here. There's these console blocks, these little display seats that are just sprinkled across the entire ship. So if you were just sort of exploring in this place, it's so large, and you wanted to actually end up controlling something or other, or you might need to get out of there in a cinch, you might want to activate one of those display panels. Just a brilliant view, so beautiful. We have this very, very large hangar room where a lot of your work might go on. So yeah, we got conveyed large cargo containers. We have about 8 of them, so just an incredible amount of cargo capacity for this beast. And sprinkled in a little, small cargo container, so if you want to access something that might be in your assembler producing, or, something along those lines, you can easily access it through many of the ports. Several different configurable LCD panels that give you a very nice view of some of your different stats. This one would be your different number of specific blocks that are on the ship. Very nice display area. So if you want to sit here, you want to watch one of your giant turrets in action, you could easily do that. So yeah, very compact design in here. We actually only have the window on one side, so the people that have these seats are a little spoiled, if I might say. Also in the lower area of the ship, we have beautifully designed sort of reactor / cargo room, listing off on a configurable LCD panel all the different components you might have. So this is a brand new ship, so we are at 0 all across the board, but just pretty convenient configurable LCD script, if I may say. And in here we have our production, which will consist of some oxygen tanks to keep this thing all airtight and pressurized, some oxygen generators, as well as some assemblers and a refinery, which would be hidden somewhere else. I would not believe there's a refinery over here. But yes, we have assemblers with the upgrade modules. So it's always nice to see the upgraded assemblers, so at least the room to put the upgraded assemblers. And yeah, it's all conveyed along with some configurable LCD panels that might tell you your battery charge, along with your stored battery and your speed and your location and the date, apparently. So you get around here and a bunch of LCD display panels. So just an incredible amount of seats to seat just so many different people manning all these turrets. And this would not be the main cockpit area, but it's really nice to see sort of cocooned, really compact sort of flight room. So if you were to want to be on a little bit of the safer side, you could actually mount one of these. That's a weird way to say that. Mount. You could actually use one of these sort of compacted flight seats down here, so you could sort of avoid any potential chance of you being flown out of the main cockpit area, because there's a lot of glass, and it's going to be a lot easier to go through one layer of glass than is several different layers of light armor down there. So this is one of the main cockpit areas. Just look at the site and just see just the incredible sort of missile bays down there. 16 missile launchers just on those bays alone. So this one has, I believe this side has 8 and the other side has 8, so 16 in total on both of these. And it's mirrored on the back, so just an incredible amount of firepower on this thing. So this would be the main cockpit right here. You have your hotbar all set up. As you can see here, all the hydro thrusters have been activated. So as you can see, the little front cockpit bridge area is mirrored on the back somewhat. I mean, the back design is actually quite different, but we have, the same sort of rocket launcher turret sort of look that can rotate on the bottom. This would be a perfect place for it to rotate left to right. It can also rotate up. So yeah, just a brilliant design. So everybody, I highly suggest you go check out this ship. The location, the locale I chose to be riding around in is not a prime location for this thing. I mean, obviously you might like an ice lake or a giant plains of some kind that isn't very. Right here, we can go up small hills and small inclines. Some of the different land formations, going up some of the hills is not going to be an option, and either is going down some of the hills, so that would be a death sentence going that side. Be pretty interesting though. So for the end of the episode, my friends, we're just going to take out some trees. The trees, the land Titanic, the trees don't have pretty much any chance. It's the giant boulders that might knock off some of our tires. So we can just go straight through these trees. Not a problem. So what we're going to be doing for the end of the episode is I'm going to be encouraging you guys to check out this fucking just glorious, very ominous looking rover. And we're also going to be taking out a couple pirate bases with it. And just trust me, my friends, this thing is it's a fucking beast. It's a blue menace. The Smurfs would be proud. And it's quite agile. It's more agile than you'd think. So you can get it stuck quite easily. I may be getting it stuck here. We could, by some miracle, get out of it. We're making a little bit of progress. Oh, I think we've trapped ourselves. No? Yes, so alien planet, maybe not the best locale for it. Might suit you better in some type of giant ice lake. And there's also some desert fields that are on the Earth type planet that might suit this thing a little bit better. And also the alien planet. So we could be, you know, going down here. We could probably get a pretty long stretch of field before we might run into a potential problem. Yeah, so we could travel for a very, very long time. So yes, my friends, we're going to go attack some pirate bases, show the offensive capabilities of this thing, and then we're going to leave you off there. So once again, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please support YINKY, the mod author, in the description. He's been coming out with a lot of very, very cool ships. So I'd highly suggest, if you haven't already, to check out the Juewing and check out the Tyrant super tank. And it's quite a super tank. So this is a tank on just the next level. So you guys, once again, this is Luke the Duke. If you enjoyed this video, please support YINKY in the description. And once again, good night and good luck.